Good morning. We are officially breaking ground today on this new project up in Proctor. I have a whole mess of stuff to spread out and distribute over the next couple days. I will be getting a Dingo here in a little while, which is a walk behind track loader. So that should make things significantly easier. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick little show of the property right now as it stands, and also kind of what the plans are. So we'll walk in here. Hopefully I don't fall because I'm doing this backwards, but walking into this space. And I've already kind of taken down a lot of the larger vegetation just to clear it out. There's a nice stand of pines in the back. Well, we'll be restoring a creek that used to run in here, but needs to kind of be reestablished just to help drainage in the area. And then filling this whole space with a bunch of native plants. So today is our first day to kind of get the trench started to get dug for the creek. And then we will be starting to sheet mulch the space and spread a bunch of wood chips and compost around. And then we will be working on trying to get the path laid out as well. So the material for that comes later on in the week, Thursday, I think. So we got a couple of days to do the groundwork here before that all arrives and we can start setting the flagstone. So it'll be a really beautiful project once it's all finished. But yeah, lots of work. So stay tuned. All right, so I am at what will be the tail end of the creek, right? And that is because there is a general really light slope, maybe 6 inches over 100 feet to this property. But I need about 2% grade, so I'm looking for about 2 feet of drop on top of that 6 inches that I already have, just to improve drainage throughout. And so there is a little bit of a low spot and kind of a swampy area where these two properties come together, and that's what I'll be tapping into as to kind of work through as a drainage solution. So I'll be coming through here. I do have the Dingo came. I will be trenching, put it in the new creek bed, and we'll kind of come through. And here you can take a peek at the Dingo. I've never ran one of these things up until today, but it's pretty sweet. I think it'll solve a lot of problems and make things pretty easy for me. So more to come. Thanks. Hey guys, I've had a very productive day today. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. I have ran the Dingo out of fuel, so I'm kind of at a place that feels like a good stopping point for today. But I wanted to give you a quick overview of what has been accomplished and kind of what the next steps are. So let's just quickly walk through and I will give you kind of a little primer as to what is going on. So like I said, ran the Dingo out of fuel. I did have the opportunity to run the trencher. That worked really slick, actually. So, like you probably saw already, ran the trencher through, made a few passes just to loosen it up and to kind of enable the bucket to go through rather easily for the Dingo. And so I'll show you kind of what we actually got put together here. So we had spoken earlier, and I was in the tail end of where the creek bed will be. That was actually down in this space. It's just about finished digging out. That area back there goes to a little wetland space, so this will provide some really nice drainage for her yard. It does go down about 2.5 feet here, as we were kind of talking of earlier, just to give us that 2% grade over the 100 feet through the space. So it turned out really well, honestly. The next couple days we'll be working through and grading out this channel, and working through and adding some mulch and wood chips into the space, and a lot of rock. But you can see we moved a lot of dirt today. So going to be putting in a couple different berms into the space. This one's actually hiding a couple of old tree stumps that were here that we did not feel like really needed to be ground out, but it was a good opportunity to hide them with some really nice plantings. So we'll follow this creek bed along here. So there's another berm here. That one's kind of a bigger one. It's where most of the soil went from today's excavations. We also tapped into the existing sump line, and so that will help to drain the space a little bit better for her, and keep some of that excess water from building up in her yard. So you can see here, this end of the channel gets a little bit shallower because this is the point of the yard where it's a little bit taller, and we didn't really want to dig down too terribly far, so we get some really good drainage through the space. There is a lot of standing water in this area, in this corner here, and so I'm hoping that we can really get that flowing nicely and help mitigate some of the issues that she's been having with water through this space. So all in all, I think it looks really good for the first day. We'll walk through it one more time from this side, just so you can kind of see how water would be flowing through the space. So like I said, I got to finish doing a little bit of grading. I got to get the transit out and just make sure that we're close. But it seemed from just an eye shot that our grading was pretty close to what we needed, just from a rough kind of a look or hip shot. So yeah, I'm actually really pumped as to how this turned out. Tomorrow, like I said, we're going to be grading the sides of this channel and making it look a little bit more natural. And also we will be working to grade the beam berms and to tidy the space up a little bit more. And then we will start sheet mulching and laying wood chips and compost. And then I think we're going to be jumping over to the paver stone project for a couple days, so we can still keep utilizing the Dingo after we get some of the pavers that will be coming in. So they'll be filling this space here. So we'll get pavers that are coming in, and they'll be wrapping around to the other set of stairs here. So looking at about 160 square feet or so of this really nice Virginia blue slate. And we are actually a little shy here already, so that's good because it'll give us some room to work and build things up a little bit, just to kind of help make that transition not so severe. So yeah, pretty stoked as to how it turns out. Keep following along. This is going to be quite a project when it's done. So yeah, look forward to anybody's thoughts or comments, things like that. And yeah, give me a call. We should talk if this is something that you want to do in your property, because this is going to be a really epic scene once this is finished. So give me a call, schedule a consult, upfitted.com. Thanks. Bye.